So what is ego? I'm sure there are a lot of sophisticated psychological definitions of ego, but the way I like to think of it is just this vague sense of me-ness. Me that's separate from the rest of the world out there. And we talk in spiritual circles, there's a lot of talk about getting rid of the ego, that's really the goal of spirituality, to be without self, no self. But when we actually go looking for ego, it's surprisingly hard to find. It's never been uncovered during an autopsy or surgery. It's never been found. And it's really just a set of beliefs that we have about ourselves that when we haven't adequately explored it, feels real. There's this very concrete sense of me. Me that's different from that person over there. Me that has to worry about security, liking this, fearing that, wanting this, not wanting that. All related to this sense of me. So that's ego. That's what I mean by ego. So the spiritual endeavor to get rid of ego has to presume from the get-go that it is real. It's something real that we have to somehow expel from our being. But what if it wasn't real at all? If that were the case, the belief that it were real creates its own reality. It's just like seeing something in the dark, not knowing what it is, creating a story about it, and then the fear arises, directly related to that object. Here, the relationship with this thing that we package and call ego is really just that. It's really a sense of thoughts, a package of thoughts that we've identified as being solid, being real, being core to us somehow, and the sense that we have to somehow destroy that, get rid of that, that thought gives ego its reality. But in truth, ego is just a collection of thoughts about ourselves, what we are, that we are the sum total of our thoughts and beliefs and story and situation and function in life, profession, all of that as a package becomes who we believe that we are. So that thought, that belief package, when we give it the identification under the name ego, and then, because we're spiritual people, decide that we have to get rid of that, then we're fighting against something that's not real in the first place. So the real avenue here is not to fight with this sense of meanness, not to try to get rid of it, just to look deeply as to what it really is. Where does this sense of I arise from? This is Ramana's direction. Find out what you are. And this investigation takes us to really look at how this whole structure, how this whole belief system about what I am arises, whether it's real, whether it's fundamental to who I am. Again, Ramana, let what comes come, let what goes go, find out what remains. And what remains is already beyond ego, is already free, is already conscious. Find out what that is. I hope you enjoyed the talk today. We'll talk again soon.